changing background colors is one of the simplest ways to transform the mood and impact of any photo, right? Because background colors plays a major role in the visual appeal of an image, you understand? So do you want to give your photos a new look? Do you want to give your photos a fresh look? Don't worry. In this video, I got you. Hi guys, it's Eglow here. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to this tutorial. If this is your first time of coming across my video, of coming across my channel, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification button, so that you can be the first person to be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. And also share this video so that others can also benefit from the video as well. In this tutorial, you will learn how to easily, like I'm going to show you how to easily change background color in Adobe Photoshop using beginner friendly tools and techniques. Whether you want a studio clean look or like a creative color effect, this step-by-step guide will help you to achieve professional results quickly and efficient, you understand? And not only that, so I'm also going to show you, like teach you how to create a realistic shadow effect in your image, you understand? So we're going to use this picture for this tutorial. I'm going to walk you through step by step on how I was able to achieve these various background colors that you are seeing on the screen, you understand? So without any further ado, let's dive into it. We're moving the image to Photoshop now. So guys, you can see we are here in Photoshop now. So if you look at this image, right, if you're looking at it from afar, it looks as if the subject is floating, you understand? The reason is because there is not enough realistic shadow effect. So now the first thing we're going to do first is to create shadow, you understand? Create the shadow. After creating the shadow, then we'll go ahead to change the background color to different colors of our choice. Like everything I'm going to do in this video is going to be beginner friendly. Like I'm going to take you through the simplest way to transform your photo background color. All right, so let's dive into it. So the first thing, I'm going to create a new layer, right? I'm going to create a new layer, and to do that, just command J from your keyboard if you're using Mac, but if you're using Windows, it's going to be Control A, right? So now a new layer has been created, right? So now I'm just going to drag this other image to this side, more like a duplicate kind of, you understand? So I'm just going to drag it to this side. Now for us to see the effect of this now, so I'm going to reduce the opacity of this first layer. Click on it and reduce the opacity of the first layer. So from this now, you can see where the duplicate is, you understand? After shifting it to this side, so let's still reduce the shadow a little bit more so that we can see clearly what we are doing. So I'll just go ahead now and bring back the original image while still leaving the shadow that we are trying to create, right? So still on this layer one, create layer mask, right? Create layer mask. So after creating layer mask, pick your brush tool. You can see, pick your brush tool and make sure that the opacity and flow is on 100, right? So now, so come to foreground and turn it to black, you understand? Change it to black. So just go ahead and brush through the original effect to bring it back, the original image to bring it back. Like just go ahead and start bringing back the original image, you understand? Very simple and beginner friendly, trust me. You can see, right? You can see what we are doing. You can see. You can see, like, this is it. This is before, after, before, after. So we are not done yet. Right? So I'm just going to like drop my selection, then and just drag it in a little bit. You understand? Drag it in a little bit. You understand? So then still drag it up till we are satisfied. You understand? Till we are satisfied. All right. So you can see. Yeah, perfect. Then still drag it in a little bit more. Yeah, this is perfect. So we'll just go ahead now and reduce the opacity because we don't want it to take too much attention. So we just want it to be like a realistic shadow, right? Showing that the image reflects from that angle. You understand? So this is it. So I'll just go ahead and still reduce it to, like, let's say, reduce it very well. Let's say 8, right? Yeah, I think this is fine now. This is before, after, before, after. Yes, this is fine now. So this is how to create a realistic shadow in Photoshop with this simple trick. It's as simple, as easy as this. You understand? So there are, like, when I want to do something in Photoshop, right? There are countless ways I do them. You understand? But most times when I'm doing tutorial, like teaching people, I used to take them through the simplest way. So creating this shadow, there are other ways, like there are other numerous ways you can do it. You understand? So you can use radial gradient, no different things to create your shadow. But I think this is like the most simplest. You understand? So now that we've created the shadow, right? So this is it. This is before, after, before, after. So looking at this image now, you can't say that the image is floating again. You understand? Because a realistic image shadow has been created. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to make sure that I blur the shadow a little bit, right? Because the shadow is looking exactly like the image, though it's not looking sharp because we reduce the opacity, but it's looking exactly like, looking sharp, right? The edges is looking sharp exactly like the image, which is not supposed to be, because shadow is just supposed to be like a reflection of the original image. So to do that now, click on this layer one, right? The shadowed layer. So come to filter, then come to blur, then Gaussian blur, click on Gaussian blur. So from the Gaussian blur now, you can see, right? You can see, that this shadow is totally gone. You can see, right? So I think I will leave it. I think 4 points. Yeah, this is before, after. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see very well. This is before. You can see how sharp it is, like looking like exactly the image, right? The original image. So this is the blurred effect now. You can see this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. So if you want it more intense, you can actually increase it. But I think let's say 4.3. Yeah, this is before, after, before, after. So this is good now. Yes, this is good now. This is before, after, before, after. So I think we are good to go now. So just okay it. Now the shadow has been realistically, created. You understand? So the next thing we are going to do now is the very last thing, which is changing the color of the background of the image to different colors of your choice, or of our choice. You understand? Which we are going to do in this tutorial. So make sure you watch this video from beginning to the end, because every step, every techniques that I use to transform this image are interconnected and interrelated. So if you miss a step, you may find it difficult to really comprehend or understand the whole process. You understand? So please, if you are getting value from this video, please, and you're here to subscribe to this channel, please do me the favor, do me the honor by just hitting the subscribe button. Turn on notification button so you can be the first person to be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. And let me also know what you think about the tutorial in the comment section. So we are just going to go ahead and create a separate layer that we're going to use to transform or change the background color, right? So, and to create that new layer, like a complete layer, I'm going to use my Shift Alt Command E because I'm using Mac. But if you are using Windows, it's going to be Shift Alt Control E. So that is it. So now that the new layer has been created, I'm going to pick my selection tool, right? Pick my selection tool and select the subject. So come here under this selection, select subject here, click on cloud, that is detailed result. So what this means is that this is going to help you, like 95%, 99% accuracy when it's selecting subject. You understand? So click and let's wait for Photoshop to select the subject. So now you can see that the subject has been selected, including the box, the circle box. So now you have to zoom in your image and make sure that the selection is 100% perfect. So if you look at this part now, this part is not selected. So we'll just go ahead and make proper selection, right? So make proper selection. Yeah, make proper selection. You can see on this side as well. So you need to, like, this is you paying attention to details, which is very, very important. You understand? So you really need to pay attention to detail. Always zoom in your image to see it very well and clearly. You understand? So I think the selection is proper now, like it's accurate now. So you can see, you can see, yeah, perfect. So you can see selection has been done. So I'm just go ahead and feather it, right? Feather it to like let's say 2. Just feather it to like 2, then hit OK. So the next thing now is to go ahead and use solid color to transform the background of the image, right? So come to adjustment layer, click on solid color. You understand? So when you click on solid color, this is Photoshop giving us like a default color. You understand? Because your own your own may be different from what I'm having here, right? So if you did not select any color, Photoshop is going to give you default colors. This is not a problem. So we just go ahead and hit OK. After clicking OK, come to the mask layer, click on the masking layer, then Command I or Control I to hide it, to invert it. You understand? So Control I or Command I to invert it back to the background. You understand? To invert it back to the background. Now the color has been inverted. You understand? No, the color that was selected on the subject from the solid color was red, right? Now that red color has been inverted. But if you look at it now, we are not having our shadow is gone, right? Our shadow is gone. It looks as if the image is floating again, and that is not what we want. You understand? For us to have everything back now, so come to blend mode option, click on blend mode option, and click on multiply. Click on multiply. You understand? So you can see we now have our shadow back realistically. We now have our shadow back. You can see, right? You can see. So now to have different color now, right? To have different color now, like different color of the this now. So come to the color layer here, click on color, right? Double click on color layer and start picking your preferred color. You understand? So guys, you can see. So if you like, you can pick from any part of the image, right? And you have it to reflect on the background. You can see this. Whoa, this is good, guys. This is good. So if you don't want it like this, you can just come here and start adjusting it. Start adjusting it, like adjust it to your taste, to that particular color that you want. You understand what I'm saying? You can see. So you can even play with the skin tone. This is color one part of the skin, right? You can see. This is it. Okay, I think I love this. I think I'm going to save this one. So click on it again. Then you can select another one. You can see from here. You can see from here. You can see from here. You can see this is the hair, like black is giving us a black, right? So you can see, you can fine tune it a little bit to your taste, to what you want. You understand? You can see. Also save this. So you can also change it. Yeah, this is it. So click on it. Yeah, you can click on this. You can see, guys, this is perfect. You can see it is amazing. So you can literally change it to any color of your choice. You understand? Like any color of your choice. You can see. You like keep changing it. Like keep changing the color till you are satisfied. You understand? Till you are satisfied. So just like I said, like keep changing the colors till you are good to go. You can change it to different colors. You can change it to different colors of your choice. You understand? You can change it to different colors of your choice till you are satisfied. So guys, this is how to change the background color of your photos in Adobe Photoshop in 2026. So just follow these tricks, just follow these techniques, and thank me later. And let me know if you are going to try this, if you are going to use this to transform the look, give your image or photos a fresh look. You understand? Because of course, transforming the background of your image gives your image a different mood and a fresh look. You understand? So let me know what you want me to talk about in my next video. And if there's any topic you are finding it difficult to or understand, like you're confused about as a photographer, and you want me to talk about in my next video. So guys, let me know. So if you want to have access to my retouching essential pack and color grading preset of different skin tone, so I'm going to attach everything to this video. Do well to check the description of this video, follow the link and have access to them. And if you also want to see how I manipulate my background, how I use ChatGPT, Nano Banana AI, that's Gemini, how I retouch my images, my photos from start to finish. I've done series of videos from start to finish. I've done series of videos on all of these topics, yeah, right? So do well to check the channel and see the videos yourself. And guys, see you in my next video. Bye.